Hello and welcome back. 9:15 Saturday sales video, sourcing video, little juxtaposition, I guess. So the sales didn't hit the 200. The sourcing, I just didn't want to make a sourcing video yesterday because there wasn't the quantity amount. And then there's also just a regular PSA, public service announcement here in regards to if you are a seller and for anything, if you use USPS for anything, by midnight, whichever time zone you're in, make sure by 11:59 you have whatever you need packaged, because the prices are going to be going up as of tomorrow, as of midnight, 12:01 Sunday. The media mail is going down. At least what I looked at, the charts is going down, and not by much. I don't know the exact numbers. Everything else is going up. Well, that I know of. Pretty much anything else that I would use is going up. So that's the first part of the video, is to, if you send out 1 or 2 packages, it's probably not going to hurt you too much. If you're sending out 20 or 30, that difference in something could likewise save you $10. So it's going to take you the same time frame to package this stuff up. Might as well save yourself that money now. So I guess we'll start off with the sourcing, since that happened. Well, the sales happened first, but I'll just do the sourcing and go over that stuff, and then the five things that are going out. Yesterday was another like 180 that went out, so it's a little lower than of what the typical days have been. It's still stuff that's going out, and how myself or other resellers can is to just keep getting stuff that has a chance to sell, and keep adding it. Oh, and so I finished up all the cassette tapes, the VHS, the Blu-rays, all the other stuff that I had, the last 2 boxes of CDs, and I went through all the stuff that wasn't listed, and that was in the boxes and it just wasn't there. There were a total of 4 CDs, or 3 more, or 2 more in the other boxes. I only had 2 other ones out of all these ones, and 2 of those are 3 Yarborough. Oh yeah, Yarborough, Peggy Lee, and Johnny Lee. Those ones are good enough for me to keep and get pictures again and list. And I think there's like 5 DVDs of the chunk that I had in that picture that are good enough for me to keep and list. So that is part of that work. And then I have some of the other stuff, like the books and some of the other media that I got from the other sourcing video. So it hasn't really been a busy week much. A lot of just sell similars. Just that's what I was just doing, just kind of help generate that. And of the sell similars, especially when it came down to the after the big sale, and I'm looking at all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of listings. I mean, I put up probably 300 plus listings, 400 maybe, of sell similars in the span of 2 days. Right, so and then that's copy pasting the title, the information, finding out what they'll sell for, all that, for well over 400 that were listed, and probably a little over 300 got relisted, which that's a lot of time. But inventory management, all that inventory management stuff is done. Let's find out what I sourced, and then we'll find out what sold. On the street, 15 minutes down to Chardon, and I just stopped in there. This is what I got from there. Gonna start off. It's called the Hook Book. There was a bunch of fly fishing books and stuff that were maybe 10. This one is a little different. I saw it and I was hooked. It got me. So it's basically a book of the different types of hooks that you would use for fly tying. And I remember fly fishing way when growing up. Um, so that's like 30 to 40 bucks. The next interesting one is this Lycoming aircraft engines overhaul. I think there's another smaller partial one in here. So this is a direct drive engine overhaul manual, parts catalog, key reprints. I'm not quite sure. And then the carburation conversion for this engine. So the one that I looked up was this, and they're like 30, 40 bucks. So being that there are 3 other like kind, and books are 50 cents there, and then 25% off. So 75 cents for these, likely at a minimum 50, 60, 70 bucks. I got to look it up to see exactly how I want to piece them together, or separate. We'll go from there. Another book is The Art of Assassin's Creed. So I don't know if this came in like a big box video game set, because it doesn't have an ISBN that I saw. So it's just like this art of the game. Assassin's Creed 2, I should say. And then the only other stuff, start off with the Smile Empty Soul, the writing of the bottom of a bottle. That's the one that people probably know. They're 50 cents a CD there, so this at minimum would have to be like 12 bucks, 15 bucks. And then we have these Adventures in Odyssey, and usually the gold ones are the ones that I'm primarily after, and the ones that do well enough. So I don't remember how much each really is. They're going to be likely 25 all the way up to 50 bucks for them. And I do get them, and they do sell. Some a little slower, probably because they were priced a little higher. But this is Adventures in Odyssey Just in Time. Started when? Started where? A Place of Wonder. So these were all $2 minus 25%. So $1.50 each. I cost someone more. Oh, so this is not a gold one, but this is one that I did. Was this one? Yeah. This is the one I typed up. There was nothing listed, nothing sold. Went to Terror Peak. They're like 30 bucks. And Passport Adventure, I don't remember which one. So it's not a gold one, but it does have a barcode. Scan it, see that they are listed. This one is probably like in the lower 20s. So that's what I scooped up yesterday. And this is what has sold. This Sewing CD going to international, 23. Don't want to mix those up. Biology 101. I want to say this is the one I just got. We just got this one. Couldn't have been listed too long. 50 bucks. Sing, Hoot, Howl, Sesame Street DVD, 17. Still some of the older Sesame Street stuff. And this is from, I probably didn't put a year in it because there weren't enough listed for it to be necessary for me to put a year in the title. But it looks like it's probably 2004. Print is that small. I'm trying to squish people. Squish you. Trains the Iron Horse DVD. Retirement. $9.34. And these iBob frames, someone came in with a very nice question, or not iBob, Rag and Bone. And all I wrote in the title was 140, and then they were like, well, what's the other measurements? It's like, I don't know. I just put what's on the temple arm. Well, look on the nose piece, this little nose rest right here, the numbers in there, which they are sometimes, and most of the time I usually don't bother with that. And it was the right size for them. And 48 bucks. You know, for frames like this, I'm probably spending not even $2 on. So that is the rundown and the skinny of ship your items by midnight. What I got, and that stuff from the Discovery store was $9, $9.60, I want to say. That's what sold. Nothing crazy the other day. That's done. That's done. And I have, well, like I said, I have an entire box. Actually, I'll go over here and show you what I got. So hopefully you can see in here. So this is what is going. I tell you what, I've had this thing for years, and anytime it's anywhere doing anything, it's pissing me off because it has this little dome. And I just try to move everything over here. All right. So for the CD guy, this is a tentative look at what there is. Obviously, 3 racks of stuff, and most likely the game place is going to take the games there. So these are this, and of course I'm expecting these to fall over. This is a different Glenn Yarber. The one I have is going to list is something about his butt. That's literally what it's called, off his butt or something like that. And then all these DVDs that are in here. A couple of these games, these PlayStation games that are just, you know, they're $8-10. You know, I got those ones for free. And then all these. And I've sent this TIE Fighter to them, that game, like 20 times, and we just never do anything with it. So this is what's going to them. And what they don't take, then that will come back. And I will put in a DVD type lot. And then I will talk to the CD guy, a viewer. I'll communicate with him, and we'll see what he wants to do, what kind of deal we'll do about just buying. Like here, here's this cool Metallica. I brought it up in a couple of videos. It keeps getting taken down because it's, I forget who it is, a Tiger import or something, so I think it's burnt or fake or knockoff. And there's a couple other ones that are in there that you, the CD guy, I keep saying that because I'm forgetting what your name is. Media Picker, the channel. So if any of my viewers here are interested in what he does, he primarily sells CDs, acquires his a little differently than I do. He's a subscriber here, comments on my channel. I go over to his, I comment on his. Most of his videos are going to be 7 to 12 minutes long. He goes over, except for what he does, he keeps a better track of exactly what he pays for stuff, and he'll tell you exactly what the profits are per each item. He joined my channel quite a while ago, actually, shortly after. I don't know, I'd have to look and see, but he's been around for a while. I'll put a link down in the description for his channel. Go over there and go say hi. But in a video I have here, he commented, and then I said, hey, whatever the Game Exchange doesn't take, would you be interested in it, as opposed to me just tossing them out? Because most of the time with CDs, I'm not going to put them together. I'm a one-off seller. Sometimes I'll put a couple things together, but I'm more of a one-off seller. I'll sell one. Well, let me say it like this: if I'm at a store and there's 3 Celine Dion ones, and one is $15 sealed, and the other ones are sealed as well, but they're only $7-8 total. What they go for on eBay? The one that's 15 is the one I'm going to get. I'll leave the other two, even if they're 50 cents. I do more of a one-off. He does a lot of piecing, so if he's keeping his inventory management the way he is, very specific, and if he knows on how much exactly he's making per each, then he probably has an idea exactly what he has sitting around. So when he buys lots, he knows that he can put this CD with that one and that one and that one and that one, right? So anyhow, what the game exchange does not take, I'll get a picture and send that to him, and we'll make a deal on that. And I'm not looking to make a killing on it. I'm just, it'll help him out. It'll help me out. It'll keep stuff from the landfill for a little bit, and it just won't get tossed out. Anyhow, so that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Not a whole lot of learning in this one, learning information in this one. Oh, yeah, besides, get your shipping labels now. Dummy thingy, comment, subshare, everything helps. I'm almost at 500, and I wanted to be at 500 for my birthday. My birthday is coming up within less than this many days. Less than this. I'm not going to say exactly when, but it's less than this many days. And I wanted to be at 500. I'm at 488. Now, it doesn't matter either way. The channel's still growing. But when I started the channel, I said I wanted to be at 500 around my birthday. So even if it's after, that's fine. It'd be a cool birthday present if it was, but I'm not saying when my birthday is. Let's say it's within, technically, if we're starting the week on Sunday, as the calendar goes, it's next week, right? So, and then I want to be, hopefully at 1,000 before my 1 year mark. We'll see what happens. Let's focus on next week first. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.